One thing many teachers miss while working in a virtual classroom is access to a whiteboard. Whether using a smartboard, Promethean, or simple dry erase board, being able to provide instruction to visual learners with diagrams, outlines, or written work is an essential tool educators have used for decades. This is an online tutorial for using the whiteboard software AWWApp. They are available at AWWApp.com. And the nice thing about AWWApp boards is that they offer a lot of flexibility in terms of the types of things that you can put on the board, from lines or arrows to shapes, text, and even post-it notes. Let's take a look at the control panel on the left-hand side of the board. By clicking here on the drop-down menu at the All Board navigation, you can see that there are many options for saving a board, duplicating a board, deleting or renaming a board, or opening a saved board. You also can create boards from templates that AWWApp provides, or create a new board, as we will do here. Now you'll see we have an unnamed board. The first thing you'll want to do is give your board a title. We recommend making a distinct board for each class, as you will see we do here for a computer science class. You simply click on the unnamed board area in the navigation at the top left of the board and change the name to whatever you want it to be. The control panel for the All board appears here along the left side of the screen, and you can see that your first option is the Select tool, which is an arrow icon. With that tool, I can select individual items and move them around. I can select groups of items so that I can move larger parts of the board around. So this allows you to edit things that you have already placed onto the board. Your Undo tool simply takes you back one step from what you have just done in the whiteboard. As I click here and walk through my Undo, you will see that my shapes move back into their original position. Below the Undo tool, there is the color palette, which gives you 8 different colors. You can use this to color any element that you're adding to the board, whether it's a shape, a drawn line, or an arrow, as we see here to the right. The next panel we see is the Drawing panel. If you drop this down, you'll see there are a number of tools listed under this panel, from the Pen tool, which is a very opaque and thinner lined drawing tool, the Marker tool, which is a slightly thicker drawing tool, but slightly less opaque. For example, you can see this marker line differentiated with the green line in the word educate. You also have an arrow tool that will follow any line that you create, or you can use the line arrow tool to create straight arrows, or the line tool to simply create straight lines. And I will demonstrate changing the color so that you can see that all of these tools are editable by color and by size by using the pen size parameter here. Below the drawing tools are the deletion tools, and if I click there, you will see I have an eraser, which can also be controlled with a size parameter. And if I use that eraser, I can erase parts of any element that I've added to the screen. I also have an element eraser, which will erase entire elements that you see on the screen. For example, if I use my element eraser on this straight line arrow, the entire arrow will disappear. My scissors tool will allow me to cut within a shape and cut off specific portions of a shape, as you see here. And finally, the Clear tool will take all items off of the screen. Below the Delete panel, you will see the Shape panel. There are 2 types of shapes you can use on the All board, a rectangle and an ellipse, and you can choose to either have it filled or have it empty. For example, here is a filled rectangle, and here is an empty ellipse. You can see that with my ellipse I can still see through the middle, so I can use that to highlight parts of the screen or to highlight things like this word educate. Below the Shape panel is the Type tool, and when you click within your whiteboard, you can type. You have the option of changing the size of the font or the color of the font, and then you can type messages, which is really nice for making things very clear to your class, such as assignments. Using text is one of the features of the All board that many of our teachers have liked the most. Another way to highlight information is to use the Post-it tool, And see here, if I create a post-it, it's created in the color, and I can change that. And then I can type on my post-it note things like homework assignments. Below that post-it tool, you will see the upload tool. This is a really nice feature of all boards, as it allows you to upload an image or a PDF or a PowerPoint either from your computer or via a URL here in the Add tab. If I want to add, for example, a logo here, I can click, select my image, and place it here, and it becomes another element that I can move around the screen on my whiteboard. At the bottom left of the page, you will see the page numbers, which we advise that teachers use to differentiate days in each class. If I start a new page each day, then I can go back to the previous day's presentation or notes. When I do this, I have all of the options again and a clear page that I can save here day by day. This allows students that you share the board with to see notes and get reinforcement on previous lessons or concepts that you have covered. Now that you've created your board, you'll want to share it with your students or participants in your classroom. You can do this by going to the green Invite tab, and it gives you a link to share via an online classroom like Google Classroom or via Meet. It allows you to enter individual email addresses if you would like to share it that way. And then you also have options in terms of allowing all participants to edit, or only allowing all participants to view where you have full control over the board, or even to create a shared copy for each user where your notes will appear on their presentation while they can still make their own notes that will not affect the boards of other students in the classroom. You also have the option to export your board as a PDF or as an image, and this is great for saving your board in places like your drive or on your computer or even within your classroom, so that students who may have missed a class or need reinforcement can go and look at the notes from previous days as a PDF file. It allows students to download them if they would like to have them on their computer, and is a great way to make a permanent record of your lectures. I hope this tutorial has been helpful in learning how to better understand the use of a virtual whiteboard like AWWApp. Though I am logged in currently with my school's premium account for AWWApp, the free version is very robust and offers many of the same features. I hope this makes it a little easier to manage your classrooms while you are participating in distance learning. For Education Remix, this is Will Simpson. Catch you on the next spin.